Hello guys, you're welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be paying attention on how to prep the skin rightly for this bride. You see how gorgeous our bride is looking already. Then we're going to be checking out for the right undertone and the right foundation match for this beautiful bride. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the video, guys. Welcome back to the video, guys. So today we're going to be paying serious attention to the things I've just stated earlier. So if you're watching this video, that means that you're interested to know how to prep the skin rightly and how to get that right foundation match. Do you get? So that's exactly what we're going to be talking about in today's video, and I want you to pay serious attention because I'm going to be spilling the teas so you do not make mistake the next time you're working on your bride or the next time you're working on yourself. Do you get? So today I've already cleaned her face already. Do you understand? Because we still have to start on a clean slate no matter what. And now I'm just blending the brows. So for the brows, I'm just taking the excess out of her brow bone, then on the top of the brows. You see the way I am taking it? So please watch correctly, and this is exactly how you should do your own, just so that you don't tamper with the brow structure already. So you're working with what you have already. Do you get? Thank you. So now, starting off, we've already cleaned the face. And now, while you clean the face, like what I cleaned the face with was the Ghanaian micellar water. So that one was already done. Now we are working on a clean slate. She's an oily skin bride. And you want to prep an oily skin bride so that she wears her makeup the whole day. Pay attention to these secrets. I am starting with this Mahon skin toner. There is a secret about this Mahon skin toner, and I'm telling you, if you want to work on your bride and your bride has an oily skin, do not mix that step before moving straight to hydrating her skin. So you have to tone. So that thing works like a pre-primer, and it works again as a toner. So when I was done with that, when you finish that, you can feel that the face is tightened. Do you get? So you go to add more moisture. It's just like you building up the primary base of the bride. Do you get? So you add moisture. Now we are going to be adding moisture. We started with the hydrating spray from Maria Badescu, and make sure that the skin absorbs the product very well. The next thing we are doing right away is the glow recipe, the watermelon glow recipe. So you want to make sure that you are massaging this product into the skin very well. Do not forget your under eyes. Remember, your under eyes crease very fast, so do not forget to moisturize under the under eye. Massage the product under the eye very, very well. I have told you before in series of my videos that once the under eye is properly and it's very, very neat, it's properly worked on, it builds and give the face that lift. Do you understand? So do not joke around with that. So now I have made sure the skin has absorbed the serum. I am going straight to the moisturizer. So for the moisturizer, I'm using the Blossom moisturizer, and this moisturizer is so beautiful. It's well hydrating, and I love it for it. So I'm just pushing it into the skin. Remember, you have to massage. Don't be too fast when you are prepping your skin. I have always said it. Your skin prep is the most important thing when it comes to your makeup, because it is the reason why your makeup comes out flawless. Believe it or not, if your skin prep is done properly, your makeup will come out so beautiful and flawless. I'm telling you. So now we are sure that the skin has absorbed the moisturizer very well. You see, you've used fan and to dry it up, and you sure that thing has worked very well. The next thing I'm doing is this Aqua Grip primer. So this Aqua Grip primer is from Miss Metic. It's a dupe for F. So if you don't have F Aqua Grip primer, you can go for this. It works very well. Do you get? So also make sure the skin absorb it. How do you know the skin has absorbed it? When you drag your brush on the skin, you will see that it's no longer moving smoothly. It will be like a course, it will be dragging. That is when you know that yes, your skin has absorbed the product properly. Now moving on to our mattifying primer. This mattifying primer is from one size until done, and you see that this primer, just watch what this primer is doing to the face. If you had followed the series of skin prep that we started, you see that by the time you are adding this primer, everything, like, it's priming the face, is mattifying. She is an oily skin, and while using this primer, please massage the product into the skin very well. If you see what just happened now, there was looking like something that I want to break over there, so you have to, that's the problem, you have to massage every product you put on the face. You have to blend it in, massage it into the skin, let it move inside. And that is the importance of your skin prep. Once your skin prep is properly done, then product sits in properly. Now coming to the main cocoa, the second main cocoa of our video. Number one is the skin prep, this for oily skin, while number two is getting the right undertone and foundation shade of this model. Now look at this model very well. You could see that she's a light skin model. You can see her neck and you can see her face. Now we want to match her face to her neck. Do you get? I used two foundations. She's an oily skin model, so basically I should go for a matte foundation. For the matte foundation, I'm working with the Huda Beauty foundation in the shade Toffee. Do you understand? But she has a warm undertone. So because I want to add in that warmness into the foundation, I added the NARS foundation in the shade Marquises. A little bit of that, just to bring in the warmness. And by the time I mixed the two of them together, you could see that was the perfect shade of this beautiful bride right here. You understand? So while working on your models, your clients, whoever they are, while working on them, understand their undertones. We have different undertones. We have warm undertone, we have cool undertone, we have neutral undertones. Do you understand? So check out for which particular undertone the person is having. Then look out for the foundation that rightly match the undertone. There are some foundation that they will tell you right and there, like this is a foundation for cool undertone. This is a foundation for warm undertone. You understand? So some foundation outrightly put it there so that you know what you are working. Do you get? Like foundations like NARS, they put it. I know of NARS put it. I know Huda Beauty put it as well. Do you get? And you see at the end of the day, the shade just matched perfectly. The skin is looking flawless, but you can't just beat the fact that there was a foundation on the face. Do you understand? So this is the major reason why I want you to know. Like, this is the major reason why I did this video. I was supposed to, like, okay, let me upload the main video, everything together. But I just wanted to say, okay, no, let's take note of this. Do you understand? Let's take note of this. Let me drag it and explain it very well so that you get to know that these things contribute to your look at the end of the day. Sometimes you finish your look and you're asking yourself, why is it not coming out beautiful? Why is it not coming out flawless? These are one of the reasons why it's not coming out wonderful. Then when I was done with the blending of the foundation, I used my Charotiburi spray to set the foundation, to lock it in. That's on that thing again. Lock your foundation in is very, very important. Then when you finish spraying and you finish using your fan to dry, go over the beauty blender and blend one more time. Then you know you're done with your foundation. So for contouring her skin, I am going with this Black Opal contour palette or whatever it is. So this shade is the shade Carob. Yeah, Carob. 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 Now look at what I'm doing. This is where you should start contouring your face, and that particular place, that place where you start, that is where the depth of the contour is. So push it in very well. Then when you are done, drag it down, then blend everything together. So because if you want to contour your face and you just put the foundation, the whatever you're using to contour the face, and drag it down immediately, you will not get the kind of coverage you want to get. You will not get it blend. There's a way contour lifts the face. Do you understand? There's a way contour lifts the face, so be careful with that. When you go to that particular point, tap very, very well at that particular spot. Then whatever remaining in the brush or your beauty blender, drag it down, and you see that when you see the face, you see that, wow, it came out so beautiful, and it was able to do the job it came for, which is contouring the face, snatching up the face. Do you understand? That is, bringing the face to a structured base. Do you understand? Then I'm just basically using whatever that is remaining in the brush to go up, because you're going to see contour our hairline, you're going to see contour the other side of the face. You understand? So when I was done with that, I go on with my beauty blender. It's very, very important. I go on with my beauty blender to blend. Whenever I use a brush to blend, I go again. I don't know, I'm second doubting whatever it is, because I have to make sure that it is in place. I don't know, but there's some people that use beauty blender brush as their final, but me, after I'm done with brush, I go again with beauty blender. Then I'm bringing in this warmness to this face. And another thing again, I'm using this pink blush. Another thing again is that, because while you are choosing your shade of blush, the lighter the model, the lighter your client, the lighter your blush. You cannot be using a red blush for a fair skin. It will look like as if they slap her. It's not fair. Do you understand? And you see how beautiful it is. Guys, I know you've learned a lot in this video. Sit and watch for part 2, because part 2 is going to be coming up on Wednesday by 6 p.m. guys. I love you guys so much, and I want you to know that your generous support is appreciated. I see your comment, I see your engagement, and I am very, 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 very grateful, guys. Please do not forget to like this video when you're done watching. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. If you have any question, drop it there. I'm always here to answer your questions any day, anytime. And do not forget to share this video, because I know that this video is going to be a life changer to any makeup artist out there, especially for the beginners who are still trying to understand what it is that they are doing on the face of their clients. Do you understand? So share this video on your WhatsApp status, on your Insta story. Share this video. Let people get to watch as well. Do you understand? So thank you so much. God bless you. By the next video, we're going to be talking about the eyeshadow. We're going to be talking about the lip. We're going to be talking about the brows. Do you understand? So I love you guys. See you in my next video. Bye.